Biden administration is doing more to show voters which projects are a result of President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. Some construction sites now have signs which actually say that. It seems to be part of a push to stop Republicans from taking credit for projects that they did not vote for. One example from late June was Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville posting on social media that his state was receiving crucial funds for broadband access.
But
the thing is...
But he voted against it.
That's correct.
So wait a second.
He voted...
Wait. If he says it's vital to the success of our rural communities and entire economy, why would he vote against that?
No clue.
Why would he promote something he tried to kill politically?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That's the way he rolls, I guess, there. And President Joe Biden trolled him online later that day, posting, "See you at the groundbreaking."
So, Jonathan Lemire, this happens time and again. You've got Republicans who vote against bills, and then they take credit for bills they tried to kill.
Yeah, and it's something that, frankly, deeply and personally irritates this president, who's been known to carry around a list in his pocket, which he brings out at speeches that has an accounting of Republicans who voted against something and then try to take credit for it. And those signs are interesting because they've been up for a while that says, like, this project is funded by the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act. Of lately, though, they've added some words. President Joe Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law, which shows you that they want credit. And, of course, there's an election on the horizon. But as we know, guys, this is a White House that has been struggling a little bit to get the credit it thinks it deserves for pretty solid economic markers. Polls suggest that Americans still don't feel great about it. This is a small way in which they're trying to change that. We should also note the president heads on the road today for a 3-day Western swing where he's going to talk about the accomplishments done by the Inflation Reduction Act, by the Infrastructure Act. He's also going to talk about veterans' health, which is something very deeply personal to him. His son, Beau Biden, of course, grew ill soon after returning from Iraq, marking the 1-year anniversary of the PACT Act as well. And we should note, among the states on his itinerary, Arizona, one of the true battlegrounds next time around. Expect the president to be out there a lot between now and next November.
Well, and, of course, thank you, Jonathan, so much for that reporting. And, Sam, it is, of course, we remember back to Donald Trump making sure that his name showed up on those COVID relief checks.
Yeah, Trump had his signature on the COVID relief checks. It was interesting at the time, but it does, I would guess it underscores the limitations of this type of thing. Voters may very well see that you provided them a financial benefit. They could see that you got an infrastructure project passed in their district. Doesn't mean they're necessarily going to reward you. And look, Lemire's right. The White House has really struggled with this stuff. They passed a huge amount of stimulus. The Biden administration did early on, a COVID relief stimulus. The entire premise was they were not going to repeat the missteps of the Obama years, where then President Obama passed his own stimulus, did not run around taking credit for it. A lot of people didn't see the gains or understand the gains came from Obama. Biden was not going to repeat those missteps. He was going to tout his progress. He was going to tout all the goodies that he delivered to the public. By and large, if you look at these polls, it's not that the public doesn't believe that Biden did this. It's that they don't know it's happening. And so, if the administration, they have to ramp it up. But they've had what I would say objectively is a mixed marks, if not a failing grade, on actually convincing the public that this stuff is going on, that it's happening in their communities. I don't know if these signs are going to do it, frankly.